The Case of the City Clerk by Agatha Christie, Part 2. The Bon Voyageur is a little-known hostelry. It is a restaurant frequented by a few habitués. They dislike newcomers. To the Bon Voyageur came Mr. Pine, and was greeted with respectful recognition. "Mr. Bonington here?" he asked. "Yes, sir. He's at his usual table." "Good. I'll join him." Mr. Bonington was a gentleman of military appearance with a somewhat bovine face. He greeted his friend with pleasure. "Hallo, Parker. Hardly ever see you nowadays. Didn't know you came here." "I do now and then, especially when I want to lay my hand on an old friend." "Meaning me?" "Meaning you. As a matter of fact, Lucas, I've been thinking over what we were talking about the other day. The Peterfield business. Seen the latest in the papers?" "No, you can't have. It won't be in till this evening." "What is the latest?" "They murdered Peterfield last night," said Mr. Bonington, placidly eating salad. "Good heavens!" cried Mr. Pine. "Oh, I'm not surprised," said Mr. Bonington. "Pig-headed old man, Peterfield. Wouldn't listen to us. Insisted on keeping the plans in his own hands." "Did they get them?" "No, it seems some woman came round and gave the professor a recipe for boiling a ham. The old ass, absent-minded as usual, put the recipe for the ham in his safe and the plans in the kitchen. Fortunate, almost providential, but I still don't know who's going to take him to Geneva. Maitland's in hospital, Karlslake's in Berlin. I can't leave. It means young Hooper." He looked at his friend. "You're still of the same opinion?" asked Mr. Parker Pine. "Absolutely. He's been got at, I know it. I haven't a shadow of proof, but I tell you, Parker, I know when a chap's crooked, and I want those plans to get to Geneva. The League needs 'em. For the first time, an invention isn't going to be sold to a nation. It's going to be handed over voluntary to the League. It's the finest peace gesture that's ever been attempted, and it's got to be put through. And Hooper's crooked. You'll see, he'll be drugged on the train. If he goes in a plane, it'll come down at some convenient spot. But confound it all, I can't pass him over. Discipline. You've got to have discipline. That's why I spoke to you the other day. You asked me whether I knew of anyone. Yes. Thought you might in your line of business. Some fire-eater spoiling for a row. Whoever I send stands a good chance of being done in. Your man will probably not be suspected at all, but he's got to have nerve." "I think I know of someone who would do," said Mr. Parker Pine. "Thank God there are still chaps who will take a risk. Well, it's agreed then." "It's agreed," said Mr. Parker Pine. End of Part 2.